In this verse, the term Zahit refers to an ascetic, someone who focuses on outward piety and may be critical of those whose spirituality takes different forms. The poet is telling the ascetic not to judge or look down upon them. Bizi Tan Eyleme. He emphasizes that their tongues constantly recite the name of God, Hak ismin okur dilimiz. This means that even if their external expressions of devotion differ from what the ascetic might consider proper, they are genuinely devoted to God. The poet tells the ascetic, efsane söyleme, not to spread false stories or make superficial criticisms about the Sufi way of life. The phrase, Hazrete varır yolumuz, means that the path of the Sufis ultimately leads to the divine presence. This emphasizes that the spiritual practices and seemingly unconventional ways of the Sufis are, in fact, deeply rooted in the intention of reaching God. The poet here speaks about the many paths that lead to the divine. The term erenler refers to saints or spiritually enlightened beings, and the line acknowledges that each of these saints may have their own distinct way of reaching the divine. The phrase "cümlesine dedik plea" means to all of them we have said yes, signifying acceptance of all these diverse paths. The poet emphasizes the pluralistic nature of the spiritual journey, where different approaches are all valid as long as they lead to the ultimate goal of divine union. The poet states that those who see us may think we are mad. This line refers to how people often perceive the ecstatic and unconventional expressions of Sufis as madness. The poet embraces this madness, implying that it is preferable to the rational restraint. In Sufism, divine love often transcends the boundaries of ordinary rationality, and those deeply in love with God may appear irrational to the outside world.
Aşık isen cana minnet. Hey canım, hey canım. Aşık isen cana minnet. Eyvallah.
The poet, addressing himself as Muhyi, is offering his help and support to those on the path of divine love. Aşık isen cana minnet means, if you are a lover, it is an honor to give your soul. This verse conveys the idea that for those who are in love with God, there is no greater honor than sacrificing one's entire being for the beloved. It emphasizes the spirit of selfless devotion and total surrender that is central to Sufism.
açar şu yoksul elimiz. Eyvallah, hey, hey dost.
The poet describes their humble hand as spreading mercy to all of creation. This line emphasizes the notion that the Sufi, even in a state of apparent poverty or humility, is a source of divine mercy and compassion to all beings. The poor hand symbolizes humility and selflessness, qualities that allow one to act as a channel for God's mercy. This verse conveys that true richness lies not in material wealth, but in the ability to bring blessings and compassion to others, regardless of one's own worldly state.